There's no sign of relief from the cold in the forecast, but we'll tell how a local church is providing some temporary relief and how you can help.
The head of the Jasper County Health Department has an idea on when more first rounds of the COVID-19 vaccine will be available. Details are coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It's another night of dangerously cold weather in the 4 states, and more is in store. This is KOAM News at 10. We go straight to Doug Heddy. Doug.
All right, Dow. We've had this massive bout of Arctic air on top of us all week long, and I know it kind of feels like it can't get much colder, but it's going to get quite a bit colder as we work through the next couple days. Today, 14 is what we started at. 17 was our high, so we stayed really steady most of the day. But the winds are going to pick up a little bit later on tonight. North winds at about 10 to 15, but when it's this cold, wind chills are going to be way down there, -5, -10. So that's why we have wind chill advisories in effect for us tonight into tomorrow morning. We're still getting some flurries spitting out there. Nothing's going to accumulate for us tonight. The main story the next 2 days is going to be the cold. We're sitting into the mid-teens. Eventually, we'll get down to about 8 or 9 later on tonight. And you can see our wind chills right now pushing near 0 already, and those are going to continue to go down for us tonight. The likelihood of a pretty major winter storm Sunday. Chances are going up. We'll talk about that here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Doug. After an 18-hour manhunt, Parsons, Kansas police arrest a homicide suspect. They say that suspect is 29-year-old Malcolm ODOM from Parsons. He was arrested at a house on the 1400 block of Partridge in Parsons. Authorities say he was found hiding under a couch. Police say Odom shot and killed 22-year-old Levi Kendricks early this morning. Police say Odom was out on parole and had a felony warrant issued for his arrest by the Kansas Department of Corrections. The Labette County Sheriff's Office is assisting in that investigation. The Jasper County Health Department reports 4 more COVID-19 related deaths. The county says the patients were 3 men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and 1 woman in her 70s. These latest deaths bring the county's total to 133. According to Missouri's COVID-19 vaccination database, 8.3% of Jasper County residents have received at least 1 dose of a coronavirus vaccine. KOAM's Mike Mahoney spoke to the head of the Jasper County Health Department to learn how vaccinations are going and what we can expect in the coming weeks.
The head of the Jasper County Health Department is happy that more than 120,000 county residents have received at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. He says the county has a long way to go, but is optimistic vaccination location options will soon expand.
It's my understanding that Walmart's recently announced that they will begin offering vaccinations, and some of the federal resources, I believe, are being sent out to more of the local pharmacies.
Jasper County Health Department Administrator Tony Moore knows that there's no shortage of county residents that want the COVID-19 vaccine and encourages them to sign up on the state's new COVID-19 vaccine navigator.
When we have a clinic, we will list it on that navigator, and anybody that's on that navigator will be notified.
Moore says that right now the county is mostly focusing on getting patients their 2nd doses of the vaccine because the county has not received a new round of 1st doses recently, but he expects that to change the week after next. The community clinic of Southwest Missouri has gotten about 350 first shots into their patients so far, and their executive director says it's gone smoothly even during this rough weather.
We had kind of a small clinic because of the weather, and we called patients, and we had 20 people within, who said, I'll be there within minutes. We're ready to be there, even with the roads bad.
And the community clinic of Southwest Missouri says their patients will start getting that 2nd shot in about a week and a half. In Jasper County, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
If you'd like to register with Missouri's new Vaccine Navigator, you can find a link to it in this story on KOAMnewsnow.com. Missouri health officials say they're optimistic efforts to provide COVID-19 vaccines will expand soon, both in terms of increased vaccine availability and the number of approved vaccinators. The head of the state health department says next month, Missouri expects to receive a significant amount of a new Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which requires only 1 shot. At the same time, vaccinations will begin tomorrow at some Missouri Walmart and Sam's Clubs, and the state will begin using retired health care workers to administer the shots. The positive message came as Governor Mike Parson complained to Missouri mayors about constant criticism in the media about the state's vaccination efforts. Coronavirus vaccine might be available to young children in September. That's from the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, who spoke to ProPublica today. He said by the time kids go back to school this fall, vaccines could be authorized for first graders. But the makers of 2 vaccines authorized in the U.S. have not committed to a specific timeline. The Pfizer and Moderna shots can currently be used for people who are at least 16 or 18, respectively. Both companies are working on clinical trials for children as young as 12, with results expected by mid-year. However, trials for children younger than that are planned for sometime in the future. The CDC yesterday made the recommendation for people to wear 2 masks rather than 1. They suggested wearing a close-fitting cloth mask over a close-fitting surgical mask, saying it offers more protection from the coronavirus. An expert from FREEMAN Health System says that advice is sound.
So the purpose of the second mask is not really to act as a twice the filter or a better filter, but it's to shut off those gaps. So what you're doing is you're enclosing the sides better, and that's going to make for a better filter.
For the latest coronavirus news, including CDC recommendations, go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Joplin's Olivia building might get some new life after all. The Joplin City Council will soon discuss a proposed investment for the redevelopment of that building. Bicota REI LLC out of Colorado is considering buying and developing the property, which was recently damaged in a fire, which resulted in the roof collapsing. The company is asking the city for an investment agreement of up to $250,000. The agreement will be discussed at next Tuesday's council meeting. Still ahead, today's evidence in the impeachment trial as House managers try to connect the former president's words to the actions of the Capitol on January 6th. And later, a local church is providing warmth for people in need, and you can help. We'll tell how. Democratic House managers leading the impeachment trial of former President Trump rested their case today. They spent much of the day saying Mr. Trump not only incited the deadly Capitol riot on January 6th, but did nothing to stop it and felt no remorse. Natalie Brand has the latest from Capitol Hill.
I thought I was following my president. I thought I was following what we were called to do.
Using interviews as evidence, House managers argue rioters believe they were carrying out former President Trump's orders when they stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
Donald Trump told these insurrectionists to come to the Capitol and stop the steal.
And arguing the former president never expressed remorse over the siege, House managers warned that failing to convict him would do future harm.
He was showing defiance. He was telling us that he would do this again, that he could do this again.
The managers serving as prosecutors in the trial preemptively took aim at Mr. Trump's legal team's expected key argument of free speech.
He's been impeached for inciting violent insurrection against the government. Incitement to violent insurrection is not protected by free speech.
One of Mr. Trump's attorneys told reporters he expects to wrap their case in just a few hours, and he accused House managers of political weaponization.
The evidence they have, and under no circumstances, would make out a case for incitement.
Republican Senator Bill Cassidy says he wants to hear Mr. Trump's lawyers explain why he didn't call off the rioters and continued to falsely say the election was stolen.
But I don't make a decision until I've heard the other side.
But other GOP senators argue the end result is already known, saying there are not enough Republican votes to convict. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Some Senate Republicans say a vote on whether to convict the former president could come over the weekend. Doug Heddy is up next with his complete forecast. And later, it's a perfect night for basketball fans. We have highlights from Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Pitt State coming up in sports.
Tuned in to you.
Well, of course, another cold, nasty day outside for us today. We've had just the Arctic air all week long, and the spitting snow and the ice across the region. And I hate to say this, but it's going to actually get worse as we go into the next couple days. What you can see on your screen right there, that is a QR code. So that is for a SkyWatch Weather app, which that is definitely something you want right now. You want it here anyways all the time, but all kinds of cool little tools on it. Plus you can geocode where you live, so you don't get the forecast for the entire 4-state area. You get it for your exact location. But what you can do, if you pull out your phone, so you go to the camera and you put the camera right on top of the QR code, then it downloads the SkyWatch Weather app. And that's something you're definitely going to want, especially as we head into the weekend, as we have, it looks like a bigger storm system heading in our direction. All right, let's go outside right now. A nice shot of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course. It's cold. Some of them in parking lots and some of the side roads still have a little bit of ice on them, and that's not really going anywhere with our temperatures, which are going to continue to drop over the next few days. In fact, most of us right now, mid-teens. We got kind of a northeasterly wind at about 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour, so that gives us a wind chill. So the way it actually feels outside, -1 Iola, -1 Nevada, Stockton, 2 in Pittsburgh, 1 in Webb City, and those are going to continue to drop tonight. I think most of us about -5 to -10 by morning. So that's why we've got a wind chill advisory in effect for us tonight into tomorrow morning. We're still getting some flurries and spitting light snow. This will not accumulate anything tonight, but don't be surprised if you continue to see some light snow showers. Besides that, I think the clouds will start to break up a little bit for us as we go into tomorrow. But next storm system out by Vancouver and Portland in the Pacific Northwest, and then the cause of the Arctic air. See that area of low pressure, southern Canada, Winnipeg? That is causing the Arctic air. So the Arctic air combining with our next storm system could cause us some issues as we head into Valentine's Day. First off, wind chills -5 to -10 by morning, and they really stay in the single digits all day long for us tomorrow. I do think we could get a little bit of sunshine, so we're going through time. Here's 7 a.m. Let's go into the afternoon. We get upper teens, very similar to what we had today. 17, 18, maybe a little bit of sun, which would be fantastic. A weak wave passes to our north tomorrow night. I do think this will give most of us flurries or a few rounds of light snow. If there were any accumulations tomorrow night with a little bit of light snow, it would be about a dusting. That would be it. Then cloudy skies on Saturday. Then things start to change just a bit. Let's go into Saturday night and Sunday morning. Here comes our first wave, first of 2 waves. This is the part of the pattern, my pattern. We're in a 46-day cycle. If you remember New Year's Eve, and then that first weekend in January, we had snow, 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 and cold. It's this part of the pattern coming back. So here comes snow. Saturday night, Sunday morning. This will accumulate. It should accumulate a few inches lightly during the day on Sunday, which is Valentine's Day. As we go into Sunday night, the second wave pulls in, gives us a band of snow again on Monday, and that will also accumulate. I'm going to go very conservative right now. I think we'll fall in that 3 to 7 inch category. I would bank on the higher end, so something we want to really fine tune over the next couple days. The other big aspect to this is the Arctic air. So if we do get 3, 4, 5, 10 inches of snow, we're not going to, on Tuesday, we won't even climb and hit 0. So it's going to be even colder the thicker the snowpack really becomes. So something we want to watch over the next couple days, but tomorrow mostly cloudy, high of 18.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine it getting much colder, but indeed it can, and I guess it will.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week's not going to be fun.
I can say that again. Thanks, Doug. We want to correct a story we brought you earlier about the number of people who have been vaccinated against COVID in Jasper County. It should have said about 10,000 people have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine in that county out of about 120,000 total residents of Jasper County. Now, today's KOAM News Now Instapoll. Today's question is, which 4-state weather extreme is worse? At this point, 74% say coldest days of winter is worse. The other 26% say hottest days of summer. You can still vote at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. We're going to have the final results here in a bit, so go ahead and participate right now. With these cold temps set to get even worse, an area church is stepping up to help people in need. Carterville First Baptist Church has started a warming station in their sanctuary. People can come in to get warm, get a hot coffee or snack, and then leave with a blanket to take with them. Volunteers at the church say they wanted to help fill a gap since not many others are providing warming stations in the community.
That's another reason why we decided to open that up here, is like Webb City and Carterville and Oronogo, Carthage. Yeah, we don't really have much.
Our whole goal is just to care about people, and this is a small way to do it, just opening our doors, turning the heat up, and inviting people in.
The warming station is open from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., so the church is looking for more volunteers. You can learn how to get involved on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up in sports, the Pitt State men try to keep their winning streak alive against one of the best teams in the country. Plus, a top 10 matchup between Labette County and Pittsburgh. Jacob Leonard joins us with highlights next.
Doug.
Well, two of the best girls basketball teams in Southeast Kansas square off tonight in the top 10 battle. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons hit the floor against SEK rival Labette County. Now, Pittsburgh is ranked 5th in the state in Class 5A. Labette County is number 7 in 4A. First quarter, Claire Carnahan under the rim. Grizzlies lead by 8. Now, Pitt responds. Jacqueline Hall in the corner. She drops the 3. Dragons, though, down by 5 after the first. Second quarter, game tightens up. Shelby Wilson, 3 from the right side. Game tied at 16. Then Hall to Natalie Talent. She will put in the 3. Grizzlies, though, up 1 at the break. Go to the third quarter now. Anna Dean takes it in the paint, turns and scores with the left. Labette County has the lead back to 7. Until the fourth, Madison Brannon, top of the key. She had a game-high 14. Labette County gets a big win tonight over Pittsburgh, 50-36.
You know, their demeanor is good. They're pretty resilient kids, and you know, they're very unselfish, and they play well together. So that's the key there. You know, we've canceled, we've rescheduled. You know, through the whole season, it's just been up and down, and you know, the kids are pretty resilient at this point.
That's not the only big girls game tonight in Southeast Kansas. The Frontenac Raiders host the GIRARD Trojans this evening. Now, both of these teams have been on a roll to start the year. GIRARD is 10-2. Frontenac 9-1 and on a 5-game winning streak. First quarter, Abby Butcher straight to the rim. Frontenac up 2 after the first. Now, GIRARD grabs the lead in the second. Faith Poland, 3 from the right side. Trojans up 26-25 at half. Third quarter, tie game. Michaela Osmus connects from deep. GIRARD gets the lead to 3 going to the fourth. Now, under a minute left in the fourth, still a 3-point game. Heather Arnett scores. She had 22. It's now a 1-point game. Under 10 seconds left now. Frontenac down just 2 with a chance to win it, but Poland gets the big steal there to end the game. She had 18 points in this one. GIRARD wins a good one tonight, 68-64.
Obviously, they're a good team. I saw that, you know, one of the players was looking down to the block, and I knew that I needed to get in front of that ball, take it, seal the game. So it felt good to kind of get in front of that and seal for the win.
It's really fun to get together, you know, once or twice a year and just have that slugfest. And you know, each and every time we do it, it doesn't matter what the record is, it always ends up that way, really, really close, and somebody making a play at the end of the game.
The Pittsburgh State men are one of the hottest teams in the MIAA right now, winning 5 straight coming into the night. Now, if they want to get to 6, they got to be at their best this evening, hitting the road to face Northwest Missouri State. And Northwest is in first place in the MIAA, 15-1, ranked number 3 in the nation. Early on, Ryan Hawkins gets the bucket to go, makes it 4-0 Bearcats. Hawkins next on the wing, gets the 3 to go. Northwest opens on a 7-2 run. Pitt State gets going. Ethan Holloway, the Iola kid, and the foul. Game tied up. Holloway gets a career-high 21. RJ Lawrence pulls up for 3. Gorillas take a 23-20 lead. But other end, Ryan Hawkins drives, gets the bucket and the foul. And Hawkins gets the steal here, and check it out. Diego Bernard getting up and putting it down. Northwest gets by PSU tonight, 87-75. On the women's side, Gorillas aim to sweep the season series from the Bearcats tonight. First quarter, Molly Hartnett drives. Layup is good, but Gorillas up 3 at that point. Julia Johnson gets it in the paint, scores and the foul. Nice night for Johnson. Johnson extends the Gorillas' lead here, working down low. PSU opens on a 9-2 run. Second quarter, Julia Johnson again, career night for her, 23 points, 9 boards. Tristan Gegg also in double figures with 14. Gorillas roll over Northwest 79-50. Missouri Southern also in action tonight on the road against Missouri Western. The Southern women fall 78-54. As for the men, Cam Martin and Christian Bundy combined for 51. Lions win a high score 103-94. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time to honor our local veteran specialist, Larry Hockett. The Chanute, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute Specialist Larry Hockett, tonight's four-state hero. Checking back in on tonight's KOAM News Now Instapoll, which four-state weather extreme is worse? 74% say coldest days of winter, 26% say hottest days of summer. This poll is now closed. Thanks for participating. The Wendy's social media team is celebrating National Roast Day. It's a day when people mercilessly mock each other, which Wendy's loves doing. And today, they got Pitt State involved. They took the easy route, pointing out the Pittsburgh, Kansas and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania connection, writing, "Incredible, you are worse Pittsburgh than Pittsburgh." The insult came at Pitt State's invitation. All right, let's check back with Doug now.
All right, Dow, we're going to be dealing with the very cold temperatures for us tonight, as most of us about 8 or 9 degrees for an overnight low, but our wind chill is going to be sitting about -5 to -10. Maybe a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, still cold, 18, 17 Saturday, and then pretty good chances for snow on Sunday night, and into Monday morning, and even colder.
Thanks for joining us. Please be careful out there. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.